What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from ActionMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm reviewing Tron, Ares, from the grid. Don't I look like I'm on the grid? I don't actually know if I'm on the grid or not. Wonder what it would be like for a blind person to be on the grid. Would I know if I was AI? If I'd been sucked into an AI world? I guess. But Tron Ares makes it seem like it's just so easy to switch between between worlds that I don't know. I don't know. So this is audio description done by Laura Post. Fantastic audio description, by the way, deluxe Laura Post, and definitely one of the highlights of the movie. It also has a score done by Rage Against the Machine, not Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, but Rage Against the Machine. So if you're a fan of the band, they have incorporated it. I was expecting a little bit more here from that. But it's not a bad score. It's just I was expecting them to like go hard and be like the focus, right? And be like this, you know, incredible score. I think because they set the bar so high for themselves as composers, like I actually liked After the Hunt, but somebody commented to me about the score, and they're like, "I can't believe that was a score by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross." And I was like, "Yeah, but it was different," and I think that's what they try to do is that they're trying to do something different with scores. Um, I don't know what they were doing here, but I would have appreciated a little bit more, and I think the film would have worked better with a harder score. So we've got a bunch of people in this. Jared Leto, who just got a Razzie nomination for this because people are bored. Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Gillian Anderson, Jodie Turner-Smith, Sam Minaj, Cameron Monaghan, Jeff Bridges. Did I say Jeff Bridges yet? I don't know. I shouldn't have because he's not in the movie that much. The way that Jeff Bridges is in this movie is the way we put dead people in movies. If I'm being really honest, I know that's very morbid because he's not dead yet, but he feels very like Carrie Fishered into this movie. So, if you're looking for a lot of Jeff Bridges in here, please don't. If you're looking for the rest of the cast of Tron Legacy, you'll be looking for a long time. So, we focus on. I don't know how important it is to like watch Tron Legacy before this, but I definitely felt a little confused by what Eve, played by Greta Lee, was doing, searching through the remnants of stuff left behind by someone else. I was like, wasn't the lead in the other movie Garrett Hedlund? Am I blanking? um, she's looking out of for something through someone. Anyway, there's the company is run by Evan Peters now, and he's developed this ultimate cybersecurity in the form of Ares, who looks like a person and fights off humanoid cybersecurity attacks, and has super smart and great combat skills and assessing and everything. So what he's working on is bringing that into the real world. However, he's only been able to make a copy last for 29 minutes. Once it hits the 30-minute mark, it Cinderellas itself into a pile of dust, never to be seen again. Actually, just reforms back in the grid or wherever. So he's looking for something called the Permanence Code, which is code word for MacGuffin. No, it's actually a thing that they need in this film. So MacGuffins are usually things you don't necessarily need. But they actually do need the Permanence Code because it's what Leto needs as Ares to stay alive. And if he wants to be AI outside in the real world without dissolving every 30 minutes. So there's a battle between good and evil, and that's it. It's a pretty simple movie. It's just full of a lot of convoluted nonsense that gets us from point A to point B. I've seen this movie twice, and I watched it once without audio description just because of for awards consideration purposes, mainly for the score, for anything else, because I didn't think I'd get anything else out of the movie. Disney gave me their FYC package, but none of it had audio description. But I did watch everything, including like Predator Badlands. Um, and then I watched this a second time so that I could get it with audio description, and it was like a whole different movie. So I enjoyed it. I just didn't love it. Like, does that make any sense? Like, I think kind of there's been a little bit too much bashing on the movie. It makes me feel like they think Tron Ares is like one of the worst things that they've seen of the year, and I'm just like, I've seen far worse things in 2025. Many of them. There are performances that should have been in that Best Actor category over Jared Leto at the Razzies for sure. The fact that they let Tyler Perry off for Medea's Destination Wedding is just like, what are we doing? Why? How did you give him a pass for that? Like, he's clearly giving a worse performance than Jared Leto. Like, there's really no arguing about that. Um, if anything, if you have a problem with Leto, he's actually playing like in not like non-human, so he's not really supposed to have a wide range of emotions. He's supposed to come across a certain way, and I think he pulled that off. This isn't like his House of Gucci performance where it's just like LOL, you know. uh this is more along the lines of Morbius, where it's like film's not good, it's not a great performance. I also don't think it's one of the worst, though. No, I don't think he. I'm not talking about on the other end, like, I thought it was a phenomenal performance and he should have. No, but to try to peg it as being one of the five worst of the year is probably the laziest Razzie nomination they gave. I could list films. I mean, they did watch shit like Alarum and Gunslingers, but there's also David Arquette and Kevin Connolly and Mob Cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can meet them pound for pound on this until I convince Razzie voters that they were wrong. So, the benefit of having seen over 500 in 2025 movies. Uh, so yeah, it's not as bad. It's just also not great. I did enjoy it though. That's the problem here, is that um I've seen it twice and I did enjoy it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as Tron Legacy. I'm not a huge fan of Tron. I didn't grow up with it, so trying to watch that film for me has always been like a barrier. It's so goofy. 80s movie. I don't know how to say it. I Tron is something that's like I really would love to get into. I wish like if I could install like a little chip in my brain that said the Tron enjoyment chip, I'd do it. Be like, yeah, oh my god, I love Tron now. Like, I get it. It's just something that I've never really fully. So Tron Legacy ended up being the best thing in the trilogy for me. I'm not saying it's a work of staggering genius either. Now this thing comes to us from the guy who brought us a bunch of crap sequels and a movie I fell asleep during, so that explains a lot. He did the Dead Man Tell No Tales, the most recent Pirates movie, which did not do well at the box office because it didn't have Johnny Depp. Or Orlando Bloom. I think it jettisoned like most of the cast. Did it have Johnny Depp and then no one else? Or did it not have even Johnny Depp? I can't remember. No, I can't remember that movie. It was definitely the franchise killer though for Pirates of the Caribbean, that was for sure. So he directed the franchise killer for Pirates, and then he went on to direct the ill-fated Maleficent sequel, because that was a film that needed a sequel, Mistress of Evil. And he also directed Young Woman in the Sea, which I fell asleep during. So this guy's got a great track record. um, but he works a lot with Disney. I don't know why. What's up, Disney? What what's up? This guy's had a lot of budgets with you. What about his work speaks to you? Like, what about anything that he's done as a director makes you think, oh yeah, yeah, this guy, he's got the chops. Really? You keep giving him projects, and then when he does a project that's not it's really boring. Young Woman in the Sea was so dull. So, I liked Anyone? I don't know. Greta Lee's interesting here because it's not the kind of performance we would expect from Greta Lee. She's getting a little bit more of that blockbuster treatment instead of, yeah, I don't know, what you see her either in poor, I was gonna say poor things, past lives, the morning show, that kind of stuff. I mean, this is a very different performance for her. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. I thought Lito was fine. I mean, he understood the assignment. He's not really supposed to be emotionally complex. He's supposed to be an AI. It would be weirder if he was emoting all the time, you know? He's supposed to just kind of deadpan the whole thing and not, not be too wildly emotional and have slight character growth as an AI. Although I suppose if your interpretation of AI is you have conversations with it on your phone is well, this feels human to me. Why doesn't it feel more chipper? Like, hey, oh, that's a great question. Thanks for asking it. I suppose we could have done that too, but I think that'd come across really obnoxious. Then we'd have that Razzie nomination for Jack Black in Borderlands, which is also unearned because Claptrap is obnoxious and Jack Black was obnoxious, and that's exactly what he was supposed to be. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do with this because I'm not really sure it is a great movie, but I kind of had fun with it. So I have to. This is one of those like barely fresh situations because I have a really hard time going, I enjoyed this, but no, don't watch it. I enjoyed this, but rotten. I enjoyed this, but oh my God, it's terrible. Because I didn't enjoy it in an ironic way. I did actually just kind of have fun with it. It's only about 2 hours. Some of the scenes are cool. Some of the fight scenes are well described. There's character Athena, played by Jodie Turner-Smith, who does a decent amount, impacts the script pretty well. Hassan Minaj is here. I love that he's continuing to explore his acting career. So that's fun for him. Um, I this is a film though that I did want more from. This is a film that I definitely would have sent back and said, "Can we get more of this? Can we do more of this? Can we? Why isn't there this?" Um, it does kind of jump in. I don't feel like it overly connects itself to Tron Legacy, almost out of intentionality because it's been so many years since the last one. So instead, it just sort of gently references the fact that things came before it. It leans heavily on Jeff Bridges, but not really explaining too much. There's a little Easter egg reference to the original Tron video game. All those kind of things are here, but it's really trying to set itself up as this like thing that happens within the grid, within the Tron universe. So if you can just pick up on things fast, you don't actually have needed to see any previous Tron movies in order for this film to make at least some sense so you can get through it. Anyway, Tron Ares. They're the bane of my existence. Uh, I hate the movies the most that feel right in the mid for me. That's what those are the ones that it's like, what do I do with you? And my score ends up fresh on the tomato meter, and people are like, what? And I'm like, it's like it is. It's like barely there. Um, Excellent audio description though. That's a huge factor for me because if I was in a conversation with other blind television people and they were like, "What films have?" I'd be like, "Tron Ares has great audio description." It's written very well. Laura does a great job narrating it. There's a lot of science fiction elements that they have to describe here, things that don't have any basis in the real world, that they do a really nice job of. Especially like I would say the disintegration part. Every time Ares does not, every time he reaches his maximum time limit, or any time he does, I thought that was well described. So, we're gonna go soft here, but I am fresh. But that's why I love reviews instead of why I love video reviews instead of text reviews sometimes, is because you can hear the tone of my voice. You can hear, this is why I call this an honest review, because I'm not trying to sell you on the same rhythmic pattern in every single one of we're just having a conversation about a movie. I liked it well enough to say yes. I liked it well enough to put a ring on it, but it would be a crackerjack ring. I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on a ring for this movie. So, Tron Ares, I'm gonna do a 6.1 out of 10. Barely fresh, but yeah, I just have a problem. Like if I ended up liking a movie, if overall I would say, if somebody texted me in that moment, right, and they said, "Oh God, I'm about to watch Tron Ares. Should I? Yes or no?" And I can only click a button. I can't even explain it. I have to click yes or no. I would click yes. I'd be like, yeah, you should. So, all right, there you go. Um, I don't think anybody should take a victory lap for this movie though, but yes, it was entertaining enough to pass the time for the 2 hours. It did not overstay its welcome. An extra 20, 30 minutes on this movie would have killed it, because it'd be way too long. Um, I didn't hate the performances. Gillian Anderson is camping it up here, kind of like that. Uh, I mean, there's things here, so um, yeah. So enjoy Tron Ares. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.